You were telling me earlier about a community that has actually become self-sustaining using these.
Yeah, we have a town in just outside of Springfield, Missouri, that has put in a wind generator, and they built this wind generator in such a way that it not only feeds this town, but it has allowed them to be independent of the Missouri electrical system. So they're going off the grid.
This sounds like something that should open the floodgates for other communities and other entities to say, look, this is demonstrable. It's there.
It really does open the floodgates in the fact that we can now take a community off the grid. We can make them self-sustaining. Because wind energy, once the tower is installed, and within 3 to 5 years that tower becomes paid for, so it's free at that point. And now the cost of the technology is coming down so much that the local rancher, the homeowner, can now look at this. We can now take a hybrid system, which is a wind energy and a solar panel, and we can then bring in electricity through these two methods into a home by storing it in a battery, convert it to AC, then use it in the house. And the payback for that is now within the next 20 years. So it's becoming more and more efficient for the individual, not just the town. So now we're talking about changing the culture of the community and how they think about it.
And there's so many elements to this wind energy technician program that would involve more than just the wind turbine itself. The understanding of the new technologies of batteries and converters and all of the apparatus that would go in the total system, I would think.
Yes, we have to start off by training these people to understand that they're going to be highly skilled workers that are going to climb a 300-foot tower. So for one thing, we want a person who's not afraid of heights. So we want them to be able to climb it first. We're going to teach them ulcer safety. We're going to teach them fundamentals in hydraulics and pneumatics, AC and DC currents, so they have a complete understanding of how electricity works, how it's fed from the generator down to an inverter, into the storage batteries, and then taken into the home or fed into OG&E's lines, because we also have that option. Once the house's batteries are totally stored up, then that gets sold back to OG&E. And so we're going to work towards that and train these people to understand all of those aspects.
Well, Melanie, I'm also looking at some terms, of course, obviously water conservation, green roof, integrated grain recycling. Let's delve into that for a minute.
Green roofs are really wonderful, and it's a relatively new technology. What is the benefit of the green roof is that not only are you going to actually have green and living plants, which we already know what the benefits are to the community and also to just the person from having plants around us. They are natural purifiers of air. But the other thing that's really wonderful about a green roof is the fact that it's very energy efficient in the way it lives, breathes, and operates. You would think that if you're growing something, it's going to create a tremendous amount of weight and mass onto the building envelope, but that can be designed in a very creative way to offset that. Recycling and also reuse reduction of any type of material is becoming just a part of our culture in the way that we design and operate within buildings. So that's something that we are designing and bringing into the design as part of our new building that will house our MCCA. Green roofs, we're also going to have plantings that are naturalized, and then we'll also have things that are very low in water demand, native grasses, native plantings, and also parking lots that will absorb and also redirect stormwater in a responsible way.
And all of this in virtually a new mindset. And our time has gone by so quickly. Thank you for being a part, Metro Technology Centers, and that's Melanie Stinnett, who is the Chief Officer, Environmental Safety and Regulatory Affairs, and Ed Melott, the Director of South Bryant Campus. We'll look forward to having you on again as time goes along. This is a 30 or 40 year project. You know, all the changes that are going to be happening.
For the cultural shift, it will be.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, it's really going to be exciting to watch it.
It's well known that we like growing things in Oklahoma. Everything from bright green canola to sugary canes of sweet sorghum can be seen rising from our state's soil. And among these are what may very well be the tallest crop in the state: wind turbines.
This is huge for Oklahoma.
Oklahoma's first wind farm was built near Woodward in 2003. Since then, our state has become home to over 470 turbines spread across 9 different farms, energizing not only the state's power grid, but the economy as well.
By 2030, we expect that we're going to be the second largest producer of electricity for the nation.
Oklahoma Secretary of Commerce Natalie Shirley says the impact the state's wind industry could have both here at home and throughout the nation is monumental.
What Commerce is looking at is preparing the state for many activities, for manufacturing, for repair and maintenance, for research and development, for education, the whole aspect of wind that will give us a large presence in this industry.
And many across the state have already begun to reap the benefits of Oklahoma's growing wind industry. Leslie Crawl is a farmer just outside of Weatherford and says he reaps many benefits from the 2 turbines recently installed on his property.
We have an annual lease payment that they rent, and they pay us a fee every year for the rights to have the wind towers on our farms. It really hasn't changed our farming any at all because the blades are so high up. This farm here that we're currently on, we either run cattle or make hay out of it, and it hadn't affected us one bit at all.
And though they may have little impact on Crawl's farming, he still can't be helped but to be awestruck by these towering structures.
I've never been on top of one, and I don't know as I would even do it if I had the opportunity, but I know there's a lot of people that work every day climbing up and down these towers.
You can have some kind of idea how many turbines we're going to have in the United States.
And many of those people can be found right here in Oklahoma. Greg Adams is an instructor for the Wind Technician Training Program at High Plains Technology Center in Woodward, where he's busy bringing up a new generation of workers to support the wind revolution.
If the industry progresses like it's anywhere near forecasted, we need trained personnel to operate these wind farms. Climb the towers, check the oil, check the computers, make sure everything's operating right. These are very, very expensive machines. Maintenance is a very, very important aspect of it.
And Adams says the demand for workers will only go up as Oklahoma's wind capacity increases.
Our need for personnel is going to be directly proportional to the amount of wind turbines that we actually have built.
And if past growth is any indication, success will no doubt be blowing down Oklahoma's plains.
Within 10 years, it'll mean 18,000 jobs. In 5 years, it's going to be 7,000 jobs. This could mean $500 million worth of taxes to the state alone, and about $2.5 billion in total economic impact for the state. So it really is quite large.
Showing that the gusty winds of Oklahoma may just be the sound of money.
Well, earlier I visited with the Department of Commerce's Kyla McNabb about the future of Oklahoma's wind industry and how we get there. So Kyla, even from the name of this year's conference, the future is now, it's really saying something to all of Oklahoma.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's really the time to grasp a hold of this industry and make Oklahoma the national player for wind.
Yeah. Give us a little bit of background. Where are we and where do we need to go?
Well, currently right now, Oklahoma is ranked 12th as far as installed wind power capacity in the nation, but we have the potential to be number 2 in the nation. And so we're really looking at bringing Oklahoma from 12 to number 2 over in the next few years.
And what has to happen to do that?
Well, we have to continue our commitment to renewables. Each of the utilities in the state have done a wonderful job embracing bringing wind power onto their systems. It's making that commitment into the future to make Oklahoma the energy provider it is with wind energy.
And it seems like there's a lot of financial incentive, especially with the stimulus package, to get wind blowing here in the state.
There is. There's certainly provisions provided from President Obama as part of the stimulus package to make sure that this industry continues to grow.
All right. Kyla, as always, we appreciate you coming up here.
Thank you.